Well, I grew up right here in Fresno, actually not very far from Fresno State. Our house was just off of Shaw on Santa Ana, and I believe in our neighborhood we were the farthest north that you could get and still be in Fresno because behind us were the fig orchards. I was a cheerleader at Hoover High School for the 3 years I was there. My mom, my dad, and my brother all graduated from Fresno State, so I was the fourth. 1999, we had a tragedy in our family. Our youngest daughter died, and one of the things that I had promised her early on when we were talking about what we wanted to do in life was that I would go back and get my degree, and she was going to do the same thing. We had agreed we were going to do it together. She wanted to be a police officer. And she thought Fresno State would have been a wonderful place to do that. So I said, okay, you go that direction and I'll do criminology because I knew I always wanted to go to law school. And then when she died, it took about a year of just being able to breathe. And at the end of that year, I said, you know what, I'm going to honor that promise and I'm going to go back to Fresno State and do the best that I could do for her. I met some folks that were in the criminology department, and because I had worked at the Rape Crisis Center, I heard about victimology, and so I said, well, maybe I'll take a couple of classes there and see how that fits. And it was such a difficult time in my life, and the folks in criminology felt like home right away, and they welcomed me into the department. I took, I think, the first 3 classes, and I was absolutely hooked. And it wasn't just, gee, this is an interesting class to take. They really cared about how I was doing and if this was a good fit for me. And they really did walk me through those first few months to make sure that I was okay. So I could have gone anywhere, but really it was the draw of coming back to Fresno and giving back to my community that gave to me. Fresno State is one of those that I felt like, coming back here and making sure that my kids had that experience, making sure that they felt that same thing that I was able to feel this entire time. Even though Fresno itself, 500,000 people here, right? It still has that small town feel to it. I think Fresno State is that same thing. We have this huge campus, this wonderful campus, but it still has that sort of small campus feel that you still feel like people here and that this is a place that really cares about you.